Okay, so in this question, it's asking us again for slope, but it's giving you 2 points. So we're going to need to use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now, x1, 48, then that means 10 is going to be our y1. And negative 36, we're going to make that x2, and 17 would be y2. So setting this up, we would have 17 minus 10 over negative 36 minus negative or minus 48, not negative 48. Okay. So looking at this here, should be able to see that we have 7 and negative 36 minus 48. So it would be equal to negative 84. Now we see that that's not one of our answer choices. Well, first off, I mean, you can eliminate D and A since it has to be negative. But we need to simplify this as much as we can. Now, 7 actually goes into 84 12 times. So if we factor out a 7, we would have 1 on the top, and we would actually have a 12 on the bottom, making this negative 1 over 12. So our answer should be C. Let's look at number 12, where we need to find the slope of this line. Now remember that our slope is going to be rise over run when we're talking about a graph. So I have a point at negative 4 and 0, and I have a point at 1 and negative 1. So counting how many times we go up, 1, 2, 3. How many times we go over, we're going up 3 over 1. So we're rising 3, running 1. Remember that we can simplify that as 3. Therefore, our answer is G. And finally, coming up here, we will look at the domain and range for this problem. Now, the thing here is that if we look at our domain, the farthest left we reach is 0. But then there's an arrow, which tells us that this will continue forever. So our domain would have to be anything that is where x is greater than 0. And greater than because we're not including. If we look at it from the range portion, you can see that the lowest that we hit is 2. And we still have that arrow, so the y has to be greater than 2. The only one that matches that description right there would be B.